Hi guys, hope you're all doing okay today. So I hope that you like the background that I've chosen for today's video. It's just such a beautiful place that I decided to film again, but this time in the forest, because it's just a really beautiful place, and I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear the crickets and it's just so relaxing and peaceful. So I hope you enjoyed the backing track for today's video. So today's video, I thought I would answer one of the questions that I get quite a lot on YouTube, and it's why I chose to travel and why I chose travel over a career, and why I decided not to go down the normal career route that most people do. And I guess the lifestyle that I do have is quite alternative, and although for me it doesn't seem very alternative at all because it's so normal for me, it's very different. And especially now that I'm working again to save money, it raises a lot of eyebrows at the place that I do work, that I plan on just working to travel again because a lot of people work to save money for houses and holidays and those sorts of things, whereas I just save the money to be able to go and exist for a little while in a different country. So yeah, I thought today's video would clarify this and give you all the answers that you might be looking for. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I'm not making this video to upset anyone or to annoy anybody or to make anybody feel inferior. This is just my explanation of why I chose personally to travel over choosing a career, and just some of my opinions and thoughts on certain things to do with those subjects. So please don't take offense to this video, and please don't think I'm trying to tell you what to do or that the lifestyle I've chosen is the best thing, because I believe that the best thing for everyone is their own version of that. So yeah. Anyway, on with the video. So a few years ago I was in what I would call the trap. So the trap for me is working in a job that you don't necessarily love and that you don't really enjoy going to every day to earn a living for a life that you're not really enjoying. So at the time we were working to save for a mortgage for a house, and I thought that was the be all and end all for most of my life. All I wanted is to buy a house, and it got to a point where the job that I was doing wasn't satisfying me enough, and the thought of going on a holiday for 2 weeks a year was terrifying, because once those 2 weeks were over I had to go back to this boring life that I'd created for myself. And one day I just thought, I can't do this anymore. I can't live this really boring existence. I need more culture, I need more experiences, I just need more. And so I decided that well, me and my boyfriend together kind of came to the same conclusion and decided that we were just going to go for it, and we were going to go travelling because it's something we both wanted to do for a little while, but didn't really know how we were going to achieve it with the thought of having a family, the thought of having a mortgage, having stable jobs and stable income, because that's what we're taught our whole lives, is that you need stability and you need to follow the rules that society sets, that you need to go to school, that you need to go to uni, that you need to get an education, you need to get a good job with good pay and good holidays, and be responsible, I guess, is what society tells us to be. And I guess what we were trying to do was be a little bit irresponsible, to lose that responsibility that society threw upon us at a really young age. And a lot of people that I know do the same thing, and people that I went to school with are now buying houses, and a part of me feels a little bit jealous because they've got what I always wanted, but then the other part of me feels so liberated because I've been able to achieve the life that I love, which is cheesy because that's the name of this channel, but that's why I called it that, because it was my inspiration at the time to actually live a life that I loved, because I definitely didn't at that time. So yeah, I don't want to talk down on anyone. I don't want to feel like anybody's been patronised. If you've chosen to go to university, get a job and live that life, that's absolutely fine. You have to do what makes you happy. And for me, at least, the thought of buying a house was good, but then we went and looked around a few houses, and I just imagined myself afterwards sat in this big empty house because we couldn't afford to furnish it because we'd spent so much on the deposit for the mortgage, and just thinking, now what? Like, we can't afford to go anywhere, we can't afford to go on holiday, we can't afford to do anything, we can't even afford furniture, but we have this house. Like, it just didn't make any sense. But we were in such a rush to grow up and get on with our lives that we would have thrown ourselves at the opportunity to go and live on our own rather than living with our parents. And it's just that part of life where you want to grow up and you just want to do anything you can just to do the next step in your life, I guess. So for us, travel definitely felt like a bit of a backtrack. It felt it could have felt like we weren't achieving anything if we'd have let it do, but we decided that we just wanted to experience more and develop into the people we are today more than we would have been able to do if we'd have just stayed and done the same things that we do every single day. And so by traveling, I've developed so many new social skills that I didn't have before. I've combated anxiety. I struggle with a lot of anxiety and sometimes struggle with social anxiety, so putting myself out there and, you know, out of my comfort zone definitely has improved my life, and it's changed my perception of the world, and it's made me challenge my thoughts and the mental chatter that I have, and it's given me ways of coping with those too. And there's been challenging times, but through the challenges it just makes you so much more of a solid person, and it just creates you, and it really instills all of the morals and values that you have, and it kind of makes you realise what you're passionate about, which was what I set out to achieve when I went travelling. So yeah, I would never have made this YouTube channel had I not have gone travelling, because I didn't have a purpose. I didn't feel I had a message to send out to the world, whereas now I definitely do. And I just want to mention this video about the university trap, and I might do a video about this in the future if any of you are interested in knowing more about my thoughts about university. But when I was at the age that I could have gone to university, I was going to go and I was going to be a midwife, because it's a well-paid job and I thought that it would be good job satisfaction. But thinking about it now, it wouldn't have suited my lifestyle, because it's long hours and you have to work nights, and I never wanted to work nights. And sometimes the pressure from society telling you that you should go to university doesn't line up with what you actually want to do. And I remember deciding one day that after going through these rigorous interviews and trying to justify why I wanted to be a midwife, and I couldn't, because it's not really what I deep down wanted to do, I realised that I was just going to go to college and I was going to just train and do a trade, because I didn't know what else to do. And in the country that I live in, college is free and university costs money. And so I just went back to college and I studied massage therapy, because that's something that I was interested in. I was interested in learning about the body and the mind, and you know, the course was talking about crystals and healing and things like that, and that's what I was really interested in. Because had I have gone into midwifery, I would have gone into the holistic aspects of midwifery as opposed to the hospital setting. So, you know, you can kind of see a theme coming up here. But when I went to get my results from school, they instantly said to me, "Are you not going to university?" And I said no. And they said, "Well, have you thought about going into clearing?" And clearing in the UK is this online database where you can just say that you didn't get into a university course that you'd chosen, but then some of the universities have courses that haven't yet been filled, and so you can just go into this thing called clearing, where you put down your grades, and then certain university courses come up that suit those requirements, and so you can end up just going to university for a course that you never even thought about in your life, and you know, be accepted, which I think is completely ridiculous. But that's what some people do. And you know, if you did choose to do that, then let me know how it went for you, and you know, maybe it was the right path, but I didn't know what I would choose if I had have gone into clearing at that point, so I didn't do, much to the dismay of all of my teachers. They were all just outraged, because they thought that I could achieve so much more than just going to college and being a massage therapist. But I don't think it's good to limit yourself like that, and I still don't. So yeah, and you've just got to remember that education is a business, and schools obviously want to get statistics where a lot of their students go to university, because that's the sought after thing in our society. But if university is not for you, then please don't go just because you feel pushed to do so by your family, by your friends, or by school. In our society, there's a real pressure to achieve, and a lot of the time the pressure to achieve is in terms of schooling and jobs, you know, being promoted, getting the best paid job, getting a job that is sought after in our society. And you know, I work in a supermarket now, and I don't feel like that's a bad job to have, but some people feel that that is. But I know people working in the supermarket I'm in, and they earn more than some people would do if they worked for a different business. And money isn't the be all and end all, but neither is the title of a job. And to me, you are successful if you have less responsibilities and more pay than if you have too many responsibilities and not as much pay. So that's kind of what I've gone for in this life, is I just kind of, I'm working low responsibility jobs and then being paid, and then I get to explore the world and travel without all of the pressure from if I was being paid more and had more stress in my life. Because a lot of the time that's what happens, is the pay rise goes up, but so does the stress level. So just be aware of that, and I think you can find balance in your own life, and some people deal with stress better than other people, and if it's a job that you're passionate about, then the stress won't matter, I guess. So really the message in this video is don't be sucked into what other people think you should do, and don't let other people think for you, and you know, be your own person. And I love the phrase you do you, because I think it's such a cool phrase to have, and it's so true. If everybody was the same, the world would be a very boring place, and it also wouldn't work. You know, we need people that are firefighters, we need people that are teachers, we need people that are doctors, but we also need people that work in supermarkets and people that just travel around the world, because if we all did the same thing, it just wouldn't work, and the world wouldn't go round, and everyone would have the same beliefs, and that would be really boring. And I think it's cool for me to have such a different perspective on the world to a lot of the people that I have in my life, because I get a more well-rounded view, and I can have conversations with people where we don't necessarily agree on a topic, but we can both bring our own ideas and, you know, evolve together, which I think is really important, and it's something that humans need to do more of, because we're all just so stuck in our ways. And I'm happy to listen to anybody who wants to share a different opinion with me, and a lot of the time I read a lot of books that conflict each other, because then it gives me a wider range of knowledge and I can make my own decision about it. I implore you to do the same if that interests you, because it's just a really cool way of thinking and being, and you get a much more well-rounded opinion of the world, as you do if you do go traveling. So yeah, you know, that's why I decided to go traveling rather than actually getting a proper job. And yeah, like I said, at the moment I'm just working random jobs until I earn enough money to go traveling again, and then I'll live off the money that I earn until I run out again, and then I'll just keep going. And you know, YouTube is starting to earn me a little bit of money now, which is amazing, and that will support me on my travels more and more, I would imagine, as the years go on, which is fantastic. The ideal world for me would be that YouTube and, you know, living the life you love became my career, because that's what I'm really passionate about. But the life that I'm living now helps to support me on this journey, and you know, it gives me the foundation that I need to be able to create on a level that I'm happy with, and you know, be able to explore and have conversations with new people and be passionate and just really be able to reach my full potential, I guess. So if any of you are interested in any of my travels, then please head over to K&Do Life, because that's where I post videos with my boyfriend about all of our travels that we've been on, and we also have an Instagram which you might be interested in if you like travel, and if not, then head over to my own Instagram, Living the Life You Love, because I've got a few pictures there with some really inspiring quotes that I think you all might enjoy. So yes, thank you all so much for watching. You know, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and please leave me a comment below about your own opinions of this, and let's start a discussion going. I'm really interested to know about your own experiences and your own opinions on this topic, because it's such an interesting topic and everyone has such different opinions. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.